first run past the first act, that's not too bad.
It's a Psychobilly Freakout! It's some kind of a Texas Psychobilly Freakout, that's what it is! It's a Psychobilly
That
Freakout!
sucked. Okay, sure. I'm so sick of playing this. Fuck verse 1B. Hate that activation so much. I guess shoutouts to Wise Moose for actually, forcing whoever wanted to beat him to get the next quote-unquote milestone. So, otherwise not a lot to say. That last act was pretty shitty. I choked on those chords a couple times, and I was trying out a new method. The red-blue to yellow-orange chords. I'm not good at doing that alternating fingers between index, ring, and middle pinky, so I choked on that a couple times, and I was trying a new method for that, and I was really sloppy with that, but somehow it pulled through. -1 tick in the intro, and also, just say this here, I tasked the first act double squeeze, and on my first task I was able to get the buffered whammy, or otherwise aka first frame whammy, to work on both of the star power sustains, and that led to the second act double having I think 5 frames of tonal leniency. For some reason that was the only way I tested it before trying it in runs, and then I just wasn't really getting that close, so that was last night, and today I tasked it again without using the buffered whammy because it's a really stupid mechanic and not really able to be pulled off practically. And with just doing normal perfect whammy, strum fret and then whammy on the first frame, it only had 2 frames of leniency, which is like at least a frame short of what I'm willing to really try in runs, but especially when it's involving multiple whammies. For example, the FTK first act double squeeze had 4 frames of leniency, I think, with perfect whammy, and it was only a single star power sustained phrase, so that was more why I went for that. I also retasked the upper bound path after trying that for a little bit. because the first time I did it, it was the same thing. I just did everything perfectly in the tasks, every hit frame, every chord frame perfect, whammy frame perfect, although the buffered whammy doesn't work for that trick, or for that first chord. And it turns out that the upper bound phrase, while possible, is frame perfect, and that is a little misleading because since there's it's 9 frame perfect inputs. It's the 8 frame perfect inputs for early whammy on the chords, and then the first chord has to be perfectly whammied. The rest of them don't matter. Well, whammy matters, but it doesn't need to be like that to initialize the whammy. So yeah, I seriously doubt that will ever happen. I mean, sure, somebody can, if somebody devotes their life to it, I'm sure they could pull it off, but I don't think it's practical in any way. And on the same token, I would be very surprised to see the first act double pulled off. So this took way longer than it should have, just because I was trying a bunch of different stuff. And honestly, the only reason I even went for this in the first place is because I had already put so much effort into it just by trying those 2 alternate path